So Ashanti's husband, Mr. Nelly, is performing at the inauguration for Trump. And we also have Snoop Dogg performing. I heard Soulja Boy is performing. And really strange, but yesterday I saw a video, I don't know where it came from, but YMCA, like the LGBTQ group, was performing on stage yesterday for Trump's inaugural ball thingy. I was like, what is going on? Okay, so Trump is like always all over the place. So one minute you have Project 2025 that's acting like they hate, homosexuality and the LGBTQ and black people and just all the things. And then next thing you know, we're like performing at his ball. Like, is it like back in the day in slavery times where they had us performing for them like we were fighting and they were kind of like just seeing us as entertainment? Is giving tap dance. So anywho, let me go ahead and read this, and I want to get you all's opinions. So we said, it says President-elect Trump's inaugural committee announced that hip-hop superstar Nelly would perform on Monday at the Liberty Ball set to take place after the 60th presidential inauguration ceremony. This marks a pivotal moment in our country where people from all backgrounds are joining together to commemorate President Trump's victory and the start of a new quote-unquote golden era for America, which is just ridiculous. I hate that saying that they're trying to like tagline that, oh, it's a golden era of piss. I mean, what golden era for what? For the billionaires, the oligarchs, like not for everybody else. So the committee staffed by former Senator Kelly Loeffler, Republican of Georgia, and Steve Witkoff shared in a Saturday statement. Nelly has earned 3 Grammys over the course of his career and 9 Billboard Music Awards. Other confirmed performers for the inauguration week include Carrie Underwood, the Village People Band. Yeah, that's who it is, the Village People. Rascal Flatts, Parker McCallum, and Christopher Macchio. So, of course, there's tons of backlash from black people. They're just like, we're canceling Nelly and Snoop. But I'm just like, hello, like, you should have been canceled them, okay? They've done a lot of other problematic stuff over the decades. They should have been canceled. And it really annoys me how long it takes for people to stand on business and like really just be done with people who have played in your face, including the NFL and, all these other companies out here that just, you don't need to be watching football. You don't need to be doing, certain things. Like if it's not a necessity, then don't take part in it when they've showed you their whole ass. Like, seriously. So when people are talking about canceling, and I'm going to show you this one clip where this guy did have a point, but he landed his point very weakly, as I did not expect. I thought he was going to come with something, but why do I always get my hopes up and keep getting disappointed? I have no clue. So why do I keep getting my hopes up and thinking that these men is going to do something different and they never do? So yeah, he ended in a weak way, but he had a point because he said people are getting out, having this fake outrage about Trump's inauguration ball with Nelly and Snoop and Soulja Boy. And I thought there was someone else, but that's neither here nor there. But he was saying, when Kendrick Lamar would, perform at the NFL half show, people would watch when people would perform at places or like when someone would get a Grammy, black people are clapping for that. And the things he was listing off, I'm sitting here thinking like, I don't watch any of that stuff. I've been stopped watching all of that stuff. Okay. Because you're not going to play in my face and have me keep showing up and spending my time, my dollars, my ratings. Like, I'm not going to be a willing participant in my own oppression. I'm just not going to do it. So let's go ahead and see what Nelly responded with. Because, of course, all the audacity, all the disrespect. Here we go. Okay, so here's Goofy Nelly defending his upcoming performance at the Trump inaugural ball. This isn't politics. I don't even know what that means. And I promise you, if I hear one more person say, I don't do politics, I'm going to punch them in the mouth. You are in America. I don't know how other countries run. I don't know. In America, you do politics, whether you think you don't do them or you don't participate. I think people think when they say I don't do politics, they mean I don't vote, which is even dumber. But you're doing politics. just by living in this country, because politics is literally every single thing. It literally controls everything in your life. It's a part of every single thing that you do all day long, every day, everywhere you go, where you live, where you eat, where you sleep. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. The government is inside of everything. Policy is part of every aspect of your everyday life. So please stop saying that, because you sound dumb when you say it. I hate to hear people saying, I don't do politics. You do politics. You just don't help participate in the whole process of politicking. So you're letting things just happen to you, which is extremely ignorant. And trust me, I was there once. I was ignorant once, a long time ago, when I didn't know any better, because my parents never talked to me about politics. And you know, the American public school system is a load of BS. But if you're like of a certain age and you're still running around talking about you don't do politics, like you, okay, let me get into this article. So Nelly decided to defend his stance. I think it's very disrespectful, and I've noticed when it comes to people who are supposed to apologize to Black people, especially if they're Black also, they don't, and that just gives me even more reason to dismiss you. But let's keep it a buck. I mean, Nelly hasn't been that hot for a minute. It's not hot in her over her. It's actually pretty, comfortable. It's not hot at all. And I have not liked Nelly ever. I got a lot of disdain and backlash, and people were saying I was hating because I did not like Ashanti being with Nelly. And I'm like, he's trash. He's always been trash. He's always going to be trash. And he just keeps proving me right. So I'll get to that point in a minute. So Nelly this weekend defended his decision to perform in incoming President Donald Trump's inaugural ball, saying the event is not a campaign trail. I'm not political, the rapper said during a live stream conversation with Willie D. That is extremely ignorant to say. I cannot stand when people say that. I cannot stand it. It's like a scapegoat. It's like a way of getting out of having to have any responsibility for your disgustingly selfish, self-serving prick actions. Like, you are political whether you like it or not. This is political. You're performing literally at a political event. So whether you like, it's kind of like when celebrities will be like, I'm not a role model or whatever. You begged for the spotlight. You're in it now. You're a role model whether you like it or not. Whether you're going to be a good one or a bad one, you're something. You're going to be something. If you didn't want to be a role model, you should have sat your ass down somewhere and went home and sat in the corner and just never thought about getting in front of a camera ever in your life. So, of course, I knew that Nelly's go-to was going to say, I'm not political. You are political. He's political. I've seen him being political. He's political. His old self, living life in America. You're political. He's done political things, whether he knows it or not. You do it every day. And this is political. So nothing can be more political than performing at an inauguration ball for the next president of the United States. It can't get more political than that. It really can't. No way around it. However you want to cut it. It's not even about politics. It's about having values and morals and standards and boundaries and respect for yourself, self-love, some dignity. I don't know. Jeez Louise. So this clown said, the rapper, he live streamed a conversation with Willie D on Saturday night. I'm not out here trying to tell anybody who they should vote for. No one said you were. No one said you were, Nelly. We just don't like you. You're supporting a bigot. Okay? So the roster of artists booked for Trump's inauguration event sparked backlash this week, with many fans criticizing singers for accepting the invite. Carrie Underwood, Gavin DeGraw, and Billy Ray Cyrus are among those set to appear. Nelly will perform during the Liberty inaugural ball and was initially announced as a surprise musical guest alongside Jason Aldean and the Village People. This is not me telling you, yo, you should vote for this candidate. He's too old to be talking like this. That's just the bottom line. No one thinks you're trying to tell us that, because at the end of the day, Trump is already becoming the president, unfortunately. There is no voting to be had, sir. Like, where have you been? The vote is over. The election is over. Did you sleep through the election? Like, y'all, don't get me started. So he's trying to act like this is too boo-boo to fool for me. This is why I'm like, Ashanti, you got that. That's you, girl. You got that. So I cannot with people like attaching themselves to certain males and then that guy dragging them down to the ground. Like, it's just like, I mean, it can happen with women as well, but it happens more with men. I don't know. I'm going to go there. So, yeah, let me continue. Before I get way too off topic. So he said, I think you should do your homework and figure out what best helps you and the people who love you and you provide for, because I'm clueless on a lot of things when it gets down to it. You're too old, you're too big, too long in the tooth, too much big age to be clueless about things like this. And I think at the end of the day, Nelly needed the money because he did just have like another like legal, what was it, like something that, some kind of run-in with the cops or something, I don't know. And he's not very popular. He's kind of a has-been. He's kind of like over. Haven't seen him come out with an album in 100 years. So I guess he needs some money. He's got another baby on the way in a short span of time. So I would have respected him more if he would have been like, I needed the money. Even though I still would have been mad because all money ain't good money. Okay, so I still would have been like, you have enough money. You need to learn how to invest it properly instead of, singing for scraps. But yeah. So Nelly continued on Saturday. But what I will say is that I respect The Office. I'm going to throw up everywhere. This isn't politics. The politics for me is over. He won. He's the president. He's the commander-in-chief of what I would like to say is the best country in... Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. He's too fucking old for this shit. He's too old for this shit. I'm sorry. He's too fucking old for this shit. You sound like a gosh darn cornball. This is why you cannot look to celebrities to save us, especially black ones. Like, they have all this money. They're not going to be it. We have to save ourselves. Like, this is just disgusting. This is why I don't support them. Because I feel like they could have did some things to help us out a long time ago, and they just chose not to. And so I'm like, screw you then. Nelly also spoke about his experience as a child on a military base in Texas, praising his family members who have served in... Don't drag armed forces into this, because I'm a veteran. My entire family are veterans. That does not mean anything to me that you're... It doesn't mean you had to perform at this 34-time felon, orange idiot who should have never even got the chance. He should be behind bars. Trump should be behind bars for life for what he did when he tried to steal an election. I mean, we're only playing these games because he is white. If he was black, if he was Barack Obama, he'd be sitting in jail right now. Actually, in prison. He would be sitting in prison right now. Point blank, period. So for us to all sit here and have to try to pretend that, this is totally normal, that a 34-time felon, and Nelly should know better, because I'm sure he's had some run-ins with the law, like a lot of black men in America, because of racism. And he knows damn good and well, if that was him doing all the crazy stuff that Trump has done, his black ass would be in someone's prison. He would be under the fucking prison. And for him and Snoop and Soulja Boy, the most ghetto three ever, to be sitting here trying to like act like in front of all these white people acting like, oh, this is just totally normal. Child, bye. If they could lock you up right on the way out the door, they would. Like, I can't. Like, people say people have short memories. No, they don't. They don't have short memories. They're just ignorant. Like, they just want to just continue to cozy up to white supremacy and whiteness at all costs. Like, it's one thing to be cool with people who are not racist, but to do this to someone who is blatantly a racist, like, that's just extremely disgusting, and there's no excuse for it. And I'm not buying that people have short memories. I don't really know what that means. Like, I don't know if it means they're intentionally forgetting things or like they're actually forgetting. I don't know, but I don't feel like it's true. I feel like people are intentionally forgetting and focusing on the shiny things so that they don't have to do the work of being uncomfortable, of navigating America and not being able to participate in Americana, certain American things, because they feel like it's their right to, and it's just not. It's not your right to watch football games. Like, it's not your right to go to Walmart or eat at McDonald's or, take part in like anyone who decided to strip back DEI, you don't have to be a part of that. If you're not buying groceries or something that your family absolutely needs, like, it's not a right. It's not a necessity. And I think about like what my ancestors went through, which is so much worse, and what they had to endure to get the freedoms that they had and what we enjoy today and take for granted. And I just feel like we can't even like let go of like NFL. We can't even let go of the NBA, or like we can't let go of artists like Nelly or whomever who blatantly is, condoning racism and bigotry, because that's what he's supporting by performing there. I'm disgusted. And I don't buy that he needs his money, because I feel like you need to invest. You have money, and Ashanti has money, and the two of you together, you're not exactly broke. Because I left my job because I was sick of racism. I walked away from my job, and I had way more kids, way less money. I'm just not buying it. And for him to drag the armed forces in it, I am absolutely disgusted. Do not bring the military into this. I hate people using the military as like a token or a prop for when they want to justify their fuckery. Don't bring us into it. So he goes on to say, if these people can give their life for the office, Nelly can perform. No, it's not the same thing, sir. It's not the same thing. It's one thing to defend America and its people, because that's called patriotism. It's another thing to perform for someone who has blatantly disrespected people like you, Nelly, black folks, LGBTQ people, immigrants, people who are not from this country, being xenophobic, women, and our rights. Trump has literally disrespected every type of person on this planet at some point in time. And he's a felon. And he's a fraud. And he's a grifter. Like, I could just go on and on and on. There's nothing honorable about Trump, and you aligning anything you're doing to attach yourself to him should absolutely receive backlash. People should absolutely be done with you. And I don't know if people have the strength to do what's right, but I know I'm done with Nelly. I was already done with Nelly, but this just proves me right. It's a nail in a coffin for Nelly and Snoop, because Snoop disgusts me too. I have a very long memory. I remember what Snoop used to do back in the day before he started hanging out with Martha Stewart. Okay, I'm an 80s kid. I remember what he used to do with the women acting like a pimp. That wasn't funny. And I remember, Soulja Boy and some of the stuff he has said that was extremely, disrespectful to black people. And, the whole industry of hip hop, to me personally, I don't get the warm and fuzzies when I think about it. Like, there's usually a lot of disrespect, a lot of anti-blackness for, black folks when it's like the irony of it all, but it's like self-hate. So there's a lot of rappers and, just artists who are in that industry, and it doesn't say I don't like some of the music, but I'm very careful, again, of who I support and who I don't support. Like I just said, I never liked Nelly to begin with, to be honest. I don't like his music, but my sister likes it. And I'm like, okay, but she's a music head. She loves a lot of different types of music, and she's the go-to person for the family, like her and my dad, when it comes to like trying to know what music is out. So my sister can do whatever she wants. She's my best friend. She gets past. But a lot of people, I just feel, just support people, like literally like I don't think she's like a dying fan of his, like she doesn't act like, oh my gosh, Nelly. Like, she liked him when she was much younger. And it's just like giving like Lil Wayne as well, when he said that disrespectful crap. It's like they just don't, black people don't stick together, and they don't, I mean, some of us do. I hate when people say that, because some of us do. But the celebrities, they're not thinking about us. They are Trump. Trump is their people, even though Trump may not think he's their people. He thinks that. And I mean, Nelly should ask himself, why would he ask you of all people? You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay-Z used to rap about Nelly. I mean, Jay-Z used to rap about Trump. Everybody used to have Trump in their raps and stuff. So it's like, why would he ask you and Snoop? That's so fucking random. And Soulja Boy? These are people that like no one's heard from in 50 years. Like no one's heard any music from them in like forever. So he goes on to say, and I don't know why he's talking about himself in the third person, but he goes on to say that it's an honor for me to perform for the President of the United States, regardless of who is in office. The hot and hair singer said he was disappointed by the fan criticism for his choice to perform. If President Biden would have asked me to perform, I would have performed. If Vice President Kamala Harris would have won and asked me to perform, I would have performed. I didn't know that you was riding with me because you thought I would ride for who you voted for. Yeah, kind of. We thought you stood for the same things we stand for. It's really that simple. Otherwise, what are we doing? I didn't know that I had to agree with your political choices. If you follow what I do, this shouldn't even be an argument. When Willie D asked the musician if he considers himself a Trump supporter, Nelly said, I support the president. He's officially been sworn into office, they just said. I just got an alert. So when Willie D asked the musician if he considers himself a Trump supporter, Nelly said, I support the president of the United States regardless of who is in office. Regardless, I respect the office. Elsewhere in the conversation, he said performing for somebody and voting for somebody is two different things. So they said they reached out to Nelly's routes for further comment, and I guess they just didn't get back to them. So our girl Ashanti, of course, is getting, catching strays because that's her husband. So let's talk about that. So we see here, Ashanti brushing off Nelly's arrest. This happened back August 8th, 2024, when he got arrested for like drug possession or something. She just brushed it off and was enjoying her birthday. So, she's one of those women that like looks the other way while their husband's doing a lot of crazy shit. So let's go ahead and see how she's going to respond to him performing for Donald Trump. Ooh, so they said Ashanti receives backlash over Nelly's inauguration performance. I don't know what people expect from Ashanti. I have a feeling she's going to stand by her man, and she knows who she married. Let's just put it that way. I mean, if anyone knows anyone, it's Ashanti and Nelly. They've known each other for like 20 years. So she knows what she got. She chose that, and she knows what she married. So let's just start with that. And they said fans are coming for Ashanti over Nelly's inaugural performance. As they should. Ashanti faces backlash following her husband Nelly's controversial decision to perform at President Donald Trump's inauguration on January 20th. The announcement has sparked heated debates, with many questioning the implications of such a high-profile appearance, given Trump's polarizing rhetoric and policies. And to me, this is saying that it's okay for Trump to do what he's doing, and that Black people are going to support him no matter what, kind of like how Democrats have been for the last few decades. And it's like, absolutely not. Absolutely. And I just hate when Black people misrepresent me, because I'm like, do not attach me to the crazy over there. Like, we have to do a better job of letting it be known that we're not a monolith. Black people are not a monolith, and we're not all the same. And I am not with the people over there. And I hate when you try to do that and people be like, oh, you're just trying to be like a white person, or you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. No, I'm not that person. I'm not them. I'm not Nelly and whatever he's doing. Like, that's what he's doing over there, because if it was a white person, they make it very clear, oh, that's MAGA, we hate them, or that's Trailer Park, we don't deal with that, or whatever. They definitely love to other themselves and make it very clear that white person is in that group. They're racist, I'm not racist, or whatever. I'm doing the same thing. I'm not doing I'm not Nelly. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's a sellout. I want no parts of it, and I feel like I'm going to yell from the rooftops, like, Black people need to be very clear that we're not the same. We're not in the same group. Do not assume because Nelly is forgiving and forgetting and respecting the office of America, which shouldn't even have all that respect anyway, but let me continue. He's respecting the office of America, the presidential, position in America, that he wants to perform for Trump, who is highly disrespectful, doesn't give a shit about Black people. And it's just like, no, absolutely not. Like, we need to stop letting people think that they can just treat us any kind of way and we're just going to show up anyway. Him, Snoop, and Soulja Boy, yeah, none of that. And I'm going to throw their names in there, continue to remind people, like, all of those other guys are performing as well as the YMCA. And last time I checked, they don't like the LGBTQ group either. So, yeah, this is just weird to me. I don't like that. I don't like when people disrespect people and everyone just still keeps flocking to them. And it's like, that's why they disrespect you, because you don't demand respect. You don't have any standards. So, and Nelly, we already did his interview. I can't. So Nelly also emphasized that his decision was not motivated by money. This isn't about a paycheck. It's about the honor of performing. I respect the art office, regardless of who holds it. However, the controversy has ignited a firestorm on social media. Critics on X, formerly Twitter, have called for both Nelly and Ashanti to be canceled, accusing them of lending support to a presidency many view as harmful to marginalized communities. Others see the move as toned down, particularly in light of Trump's divisive track record. You know what's so funny? Ashanti and Nelly are the king and queen of tone deaf. They always seem to be like so into each other, like we're so in love, that they just are totally, just seem like they're always clueless of like what is going on around them. And it's like, that would be cute if it wasn't harmful to other people and you weren't representing a whole group of people, but you are. And so, yeah, it's not cute. I don't like it. It's time to grow up. So the incident has reignited long-standing discussions about the role of Black artists in political events and the fine line between honoring an institution and appearing to endorse its leader. And I don't know why we're honoring anything when we still don't have reparations. It's like, what are we honoring? What is there to honor about the American presidency? Like, what have they ever done for Black people? Really, like, seriously. We used to not even really vote because we knew that neither side was going to do anything for us. Our government allowed slavery. They allowed us to be discriminated against and have racism happen to us for centuries. What is, like, we're just going to forget all that and be like, oh, I honor it. Why should I honor that? They don't show any honor to me or to my ancestors. They still act like they didn't do anything wrong. And I'm tired of them apologizing. I want real compensation. I want real justice for my people because no one's ever been held accountable. I'm sick of white people just skating by, not going to prison. No one's, even having to pay reparations, nothing. It's like we do stuff to you and we can just float on by because we don't even respect you enough to make it right like we've done with everyone else. And it's bullshit. So, they said how Ashanti and Nelly would navigate the public's reaction to this polarizing moment remains. She's not going to say anything. She's going to act like Beyonce and just act like we don't matter. And she's going to say nothing. And then she's going to drop an album and everyone's going to forget because God forbid they're uncomfortable and have to actually like not buy her music anymore. And they're going to run out and buy her music and never the two, it's just like it never happened. And so that's why people are going to continue to disrespect Black people because Black people don't hold anyone accountable for anything. We don't remember anything. We like comfortably and we love to forget. We love to forget about the bad things and keep on dancing and just acting like we don't remember the disrespect. And it's like, yeah, you're better you than me because I'm not that person. Like I'm remembering, and you can call me holding a grudge. You can call it whatever you want. I don't care. If people did not want me to be like this with them, they would not do what they did. It's really that simple. So they said the latest incident follows the couple announcing a tour and television show in 2025. And of course, everyone's going to be watching it because Black people never remember anything. And I can't speak for anyone else because I'm not in their community, but I know Black folks love to forget. And they're going to be watching it and talking about it online like, oh my gosh, Ashanti and Nelly did this. And I'm going to throw up. So Nelly and Ashanti, who welcomed their first child together last year, are taking a new step into the spotlight with an upcoming docuseries. Peacock has reportedly greenlit the series. Basically, like, Nelly didn't even need the money because he has he has this coming up. I mean, pretty much like always, Ashanti, the woman, has brought value to Nelly because I'm pretty sure nobody would have been doing this without. Actually, he did have a reality show that I never watched, but anywho, I mean, how successful was it? And my point is, I mean, clearly the money's coming in still from somewhere. So did you really need to perform? So I don't know. And you can't tell me it's not about money. You can't tell me it's not about money because everything in America is about money, especially with people who already have money. They just are greedy as fuck. So it's always about money. with them. So yeah, they're not out here like, oh, let me just give my money away to help the poor. No, they're just trying to find ways to get more money like Trump. And so let's continue. So Peacock has reportedly greenlit the series, which is currently in production, offering fans a closer look at the duo's personal and professional lives. The cameras have been rolling for months, capturing behind the scenes almost as Nelly, whose full name is Cornell Haynes II, and Ashanti balance their careers and family life. Nelly, known for chart-topping hits like Hot in Here and Ride With Me, continues to be a prominent figure in hip-hop. Ashanti, celebrated for classics such as Foolish and Rock With You, All Baby, remains a force in R&B and pop music. So there you go. What do you all think? Are you all still going to support Nelly and Ashanti? I'm pretty sure you will. and because if you do still want to support them, then we most likely are going to forever be getting disrespected, because why should people respect you when you don't respect yourself? I mean, it's harsh to say that, but it's true. It's like, in theory, you would like to believe that people are going to respect you no matter whether you respect yourself or not. But in reality, it's like, why does anyone need to respect you and do anything for your group, your collective group, or for you, when they know that you're going to let them treat them any kind of way? It's kind of like just a human way where people just, treat people the way they allow them to treat them. You have to put up your boundaries. You have to say, this is not acceptable. Otherwise, they're not going to know how far they can go with you. That's just what it is. So, yeah, thanks for watching.